Hello, I'm Dr. Dennis Albert, working today with Nurse Christine Autry.
Hello.
We're going to show you how Imprivata solutions improve provider productivity to better focus on patient care. I'm going to review some patient notes and leave things to Nurse Autry.
Before I go into a patient room, I need to look at their notes to familiarise myself with their latest information. As you see, all I have to do is tap my badge. I don't have to enter any usernames or passwords. I'm logged into the workstation, my virtual desktop is launched, the EPR is launched, and I'm signed in. Without Imprivata's workflow expertise, this would take me over 30 clicks, not to mention all the usernames and passwords I'd have to remember. Mr. Jones was admitted yesterday with second and third degree burns on his left hand. He's stabilising after fluid replacement. I'm going to check on him now. My patients are important to me, so I like to give them all of my attention. Instead of spending time typing, I just tap my badge, and my desktop follows me from the nurse's station to the patient room. My applications are open in the exact same state that I left them on the other workstation. I don't have to wait to relaunch the EPR or navigate back to my patient's notes. I'm not always in front of the workstation while examining Mr. Jones's hand. Because I'm concerned about unauthorized viewing of his notes by friends or relatives of the patient, this workstation has Imprivata's secure walkaway that automatically locks it when I move away. Then when I step back in front of the workstation, it automatically recognizes me via facial recognition and unlocks, taking me right back to where I was. Mr. Jones's burn looks a lot worse today, so I'm going to notify Dr. Albert right away.
I've just been notified by Nurse Autry about Mr. Jones's situation, so I'm here to check on him. I see that Nurse Autry has already logged in, and as you can see, Secure Walkaway is protecting her session and does not unlock for me. I tap my badge to log in, and my desktop follows me from the physician's lounge to this workstation. I'm logged into my desktop and EPR as I last left them. In addition to the time and click savings, my thought process is not interrupted by having to remember usernames and passwords. Now I'm going to spend some time treating Mr. Jones, so I'll talk to you folks again a little later.
So it's a few weeks later, and Mr. Jones's burn is healing. He's here for a follow-up examination by the doctor. Typically, I'll meet with a patient prior to the doctor entering the exam room. With the tap of my badge, I can access my EPR via a shared kiosk workstation in the exam room. I'll ask Mr. Jones a few questions and enter the details into the EPR so they're available for the doctor when he arrives. Patient has no fever, no outward signs of infection. He's still having 8 out of 10 pain. Now I'll let Dr. Albert know that the patient is ready to see him.
When I entered the exam room to meet with a patient, I tap my card to the reader, and the EPR is already open to Mr. Jones's record. The EPR has stayed up and running, and I didn't have to wait for any lengthy startup times. The EPR is now making notes under my ID. I can see the notes that Nurse Autry entered during her initial visit with Mr. Jones, stating that he's still experiencing 8 out of 10 pain. After reviewing my notes and performing my exam, I'd like to prescribe some morphine for pain control. In this case, Imprivata is configured to allow prescribing using a combination of fingerprint plus password, and the order is securely signed and placed. Not only does this save me time, but now there'll be no waiting for Mr. Jones when he arrives at the pharmacy. These brief interactions have showed how Imprivata solutions improve provider productivity to better focus on patient care. Over 1,000 hospitals rely on Imprivata to streamline workflows and optimize security in their organizations.